Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, everyone out in Facebook land. My name is Dondi Dahlin, and I am coming to you from San Diego, California. It's a fine day in America. And today I am going to be interviewing my sister, who is up in the very snowy mountains of Big Bear, California. For geography purposes, that's about 3 hours northeast of San Diego, so Southern California, but she's at 8,000 feet getting snowed in this weekend, coming to you to talk about life colors. We are going to talk all about your life color today, what your life color means. I'm going to introduce her in just a moment. But before I do introduce my sister, Tanya Dahlin, I would like to say that we are coming to you from the United States. It's a pretty big day here today. And I would like you to know, whomever you voted for in this election, you're welcome here. You have a place at Eden Energy Medicine. We are happy with the outcome, but you are welcome here no matter who you believed and where your values were in either guy, either guy who was going for president. You have a space here in Eden Energy Medicine. Eden Energy Medicine and the Eden Method is for everybody. And now that I've said that, I would like to give a shout out to BIPOC because you have a representative in your vice president who's coming in January, a woman. Her parents were from Jamaica and India, immigrants. And so we just want to give a shout out because we stand by BIPOC at the Eden Method. So without further ado, please know you're welcome here. We respect you. And I respect my big sister, Tanya Dahlin. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Dondi. It's so good to be here, and I'm so excited to share with your audience all about life colors because it's my passion in life. I love talking about life colors.
Well, we're so happy you are with us. And a lot of people watching will know what the life colors are if they're a part of our community, but we are getting new people all the time. And we're really excited about that. They might be scratching their heads saying, life color? What is a life color? Before we get into some really great details, profound details about this system, can you briefly tell the community and the people watching on Facebook and also YouTube, where this will go later, what is a life color? What is it all about?
Great. Okay. So I'm going to give you just the bare bones of this because there's so much to a life color. But as we have a physical body around us, we have an energetic body. Some people call it the aura, some people call it a biofield. But in this field around us, we can't see it. Most of us can't see it, but you can feel it. Like you can feel like when somebody is staring at you from behind and you look around and someone's staring at you, you feel it in your field, your energy field. Well, this field has 7 different fields within it, and every single field relates to something of who you are, your personality, how you perceive life, if you're connected to your own God and the celestial realms, or if you're not. It tells you every little thing about you. On the 6th field, we have 7 fields. And the 7th field is like a protection suit around you, protecting you from toxins in the air, protecting you from negativity. If it's strong, then you won't get swayed by negativity or toxins. But if it is weak, then things can spiral in, and then you are affected and maybe can get a debilitating illness from things like that. So we want our field to be strong. On the 6th field sits the life color, and the life color comes in this lifetime, because you are born with it and you'll die with this color. A color is a vibration and it equals an energy field. This vibration, but it also holds a color. And this particular color isn't sometimes the colors that we are seeing as with our visual eyes. These are vibrations. And in these colors that you are born with and you will die with sits your lessons and your challenges in life. It is about your spiritual path and what you should be doing in your spiritual path. You may be thinking that, like, from your upbringing, your family says, oh, you need to go to school, you need to go to college, and you need to do this because I did this, and you're going to carry on the company. But maybe your life color says something different. Maybe your life color says you are really like kind of drawn to the natural healing arts, alternative medicine, and it can show up in your life color that this is your path. This is your calling. And so I always love to share life colors with people because they kind of get put back on track with what they really want to or desire in their life that they've always been thinking about, but never dared to try, never dared to step off into that place, that passion. So it does really validate people, Dondi. When I am giving life colors to people, it validates who they are. If they're weird, if they've always thought they were weird, or if they're just kind of misplaced in life and what they want to do.
Fantastic. And I agree. It is absolutely validating this system. And to Tanya, I want to validate some people right now who are watching us. We have Diana Pears, we have Ilyana Vaseva, we have Dancy, what a great name, Dancy Amana Sharma, Paige Knapp, Evelyn Bates. We have people from Wales, we have Lena Chang, we have Vicky Hilton, lots of people watching right now. And we're so grateful for all of you being with us. And yes, Ann O'Connor and Anna and Andrea Cordova, thank you for saying we are still the people united we stand. Yes, unity and healing, that's what we're about. And Tanya is talking also about validating people and allowing you to feel valuable as a person. That's one thing that Tanya and I, being raised in this work by our mom, Donna Eden, love about the work and what we love about life colors. So Tanya, I call her Tanya because she's my big sister. I get to do that. Tanya, can I tell a little story about my validation in the life colors? And
Yes.
then, okay, great. So life colors were really, really impactful for me and always have been. And this is a story about being a black sheep in the family. And it's not a pity party because I love my life and I've had a glorious life. I always have. However, I did feel like a bit of a black sheep in my family. Now, look at my sister. She's blonde and blue-eyed and bubbly and happy. And if you've seen our mom, Donna Eden, she's actually quite well known for her joy, her spirit, her love, her unconditional love of people. Tanya, my sister, and my mom, Donna Eden, love people. They love hugging. They love gatherings. They love spending time with others. Well, I didn't really feel like that growing up. I wanted to be alone more. I didn't want to hug everybody. I didn't want to go to parties and gatherings. And I would have rather stayed at home in my bed reading a book. Comment below if that's you, if that was kind of you too, because you'll make me feel like I wasn't so alone. But imagine being raised in a family where you're around extroverts and you're an introvert. So I felt like a black sheep. And at one point, I think I was in my teenage years when I thought I need to be more like Mom and Tanya. I need to start hugging everybody. I need to laugh joyously and openly and be really big with my gestures and welcome everyone in, even if I see strangers on the street, because that's kind of how they are. And it wasn't me. And I got feeling really, really down, feeling very conflicted, feeling very disjointed. Who was I? Was I allowed to really be myself or not? And my mom noticed one day that I was a little depressed about this, that I wasn't mom and that I wasn't my sister. And my mom said, honey, of course, you're never going to be us. You have a yellow life color. It is so very different than what we are. Now, I have a double life color. I have yellow and blue, and some people do. But the yellow life color, I think I would rather let my sister Titania talk about, because she's the expert. She's the one who has been reading life colors for over 15 years. And she really sunk into this modality, this system, when our mom was teaching it to us. And she has made it a major part of her life. But I'll just tell you, yellow looks a lot more like a fedora and a sweater than purple and blonde curls coming down your shoulders. It's a little bit more analytical and discerning. Is that what you would say, Titania?
That's right. And I love that you brought up this story, because the first time that Dondi started coming into our work, and you know, as our mother is the one who really leads this amazing compassionate spirit, and a lot of people come into our work and start changing their perceptions of how they were before, because she's so bubbly and she accepts everybody. And we do have a lot of connective kind of sacred bonds in our work. And so when Dondi started coming in, I kept saying to Dondi, you got to hug a little bit more. You got to reach out to people. You can't just be a bodyguard for our mom. Yellows are bodyguards. They love to protect. They love to protect people who are like us, who our energies are going out to other people. Now, this is our gift as well, but yellows can say, oh my goodness, that person could be fake because of their bubbly joy, laughter kind of thing. Yellows are discerning, and they are logical and linear. They go up into their mind, and they're very critical. Now, this is so different than what other people may say. Now, there's some people who are doing life colors, and yet the person who I got my work from was my mother, but before that was her teacher, who was Nancy Tappy, who was the one who coined the term life colors. She too was a yellow. And I want to bring her up because she was so interesting, because she was legally blind and she actually tasted colors. Nancy Tappy was amazing. So Dondi, going back to Dondi, she has two colors, yellow and blue. And I have two. I have red and blue. And when you have two colors, sometimes they're butting heads against each other. And going back to the yellow, yeah, I do want to say something more about the yellow, because yellows are so good in work. They are the ones usually holding a company together. They are the secretaries. They are the ones behind the scenes who do it all. And Dondi, look at her in our company. That's what she does. She holds it all together. Now, she is also a wood element in the 5 elements, so that she has that working for her too. But the yellow is the one who can really focus and really go into detail about something that is missing in a company. You want a yellow on your team. I always tell her, some of the leaders in our company, they would love her as a yellow on her team. Many people like greens, who Donald Trump is a green life color, and they have all the power. Also, America is a green country, so countries can have colors too, but usually greens are hiring yellows to help them on their team. Now, with Dondi's colors, many times two colors can butt their heads together. So the yellow and the blue can be acting in different vibrations. You want them to combine and really balance together. And I'll teach you that about in the class itself. But so she has a blue. Blues are the nurturers, the mothers, the caretakers. She has a different kind of blue than me and my mother. My mom's all blue and I'm blue and red. Me and my mother have similar blue colors. My sister has more of a royal blue. It's a very different kind of blue than us, who are constantly giving, giving, giving to everybody. And sometimes with the basic, the major blue, they forget about themselves. They can't say no. They can't say no. A royal blue, like Dondi has, can say no. She knows where her boundaries lie, and that's what a regular major blue doesn't have. And so we learn a lot from Dondi, having her blue and her yellow. And Dondi really blossomed when she had her child. Now, before that, she was living more of a yellow life, of being very much into Hollywood. She was an actress in Hollywood, and she was a Middle Eastern dancer, traveling all around the world like I did, but in different worlds, very different worlds, because we're different people. And then when she had her child about 11 years ago, something changed in Dondi. She became pregnant. She became softer. And yellows are pretty hard, very different than in color psychology, when people will say, oh, they're bubbly and joyful and happy. Yellows are this. Yellows are very different, and they really hold themselves back and look at the whole picture. But when she became pregnant, she became softer and started moving more into her blue. And when she moved into her blue, that's when she started really being more touchy-feely in our community, and really, really having much more compassion, because that's what yellow needs. Yellow needs to really soften and become more of a soft, mellow yellow as well, and not so harsh in their judgment and their critical thinking, but they're amazingly psychic. And that's what a lot of people don't know about yellows, because they go up in their mind, but they could doubt their own psychic nature, which is very interesting. Louise Hay had yellow too, which I will talk about more in the class. She also had pink. And so she was a yellow pink, and pink may be different than what you think as well. So I'll be talking about the pinks in the class as well. Lots of colors. I have now over 148 colors to my repertoire right now. And I only started out with these 12 colors that were given from Nancy Tappy to my mother to me. And it's just so exciting.
Thank you. Thank you for all of that. Let's talk a little bit more about what happens when you start to understand life colors and you start to understand your own, or you find out your life color. And Titania is teaching a class. You see it in the comments, it's coming up, and she's going to help you to figure out your life color. For me, Tanya, it was so validating. We just talked about how validating this is, to have mom tell me that being analytical and discerning and a little bit standoffish and a little bit sharper in my approach to things than you and mom are is all good. And it's all about the yellow life color, and it's the way I was born. Suddenly there was nothing wrong with me. And also, you quickly start seeing all of the benefits of that color. So whereas I was looking at myself as, I'm not good enough, I'm not my mom, I'm not my sister, suddenly I was seeing all of the amazing aspects of the yellow life color, that we are hard workers, that we do get things done. I love that you said we're bodyguards, because that's where I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable helping people stand up for who they are. And so it was very validating to me. And I would say at that moment in my life as a teenager and forevermore, I felt such a place in the world. I had a place now. And it gave me, I mean, let's talk about confidence. It gave me a huge boon to my confidence. And my confidence has really never wavered since. People always ask me, how are you so confident? Can you teach a class on confidence? Well, part of it, there's a lot of things that help build my confidence in my life, but part of it was finding out my life color and knowing how beautiful your life color is. Your life color will have challenges. It will also have incredibly amazing aspects to it. So, Tanya, would you say that that is one of the greatest parts of this work, of the class you're going to teach, of people finding out their life color?
I think that it it is one of the major things that come out when people have a reading with me, and I am going to be teaching about it in this class. You're going to be getting a questionnaire that you're going to fill out in case you cannot intuit your color. You will have some guidelines in this class in order to know your color. If you are working with clients and maybe you're a body worker and a color starts coming to your mind, then you can know possibly this may be their life color, and you'll have a little bit of a story to put with it. Going back to the place of validation, that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of people get out of it. I feel like, in a way, being a spiritual counselor of sorts, because when people come to me, and so many people in the last few years, despite COVID, I mean, a lot of people have come to me this year for readings, but in the last few years, people are lost. There's like a huge transition that happened on the earth, and we're now in the indigo age for the last 3 years, and we're going to be here for a while. And I'll be talking about that in the class. That just like we have an electromagnetic suit around our body, there's also an electromagnetic field around the planet, and we relate to what is happening on the planet with the color and the vibrations of what is going on while the planet is in that particular color. So I also talk about that with the readings, but when people get validated, they're like, I love it, because they're on cloud nine. All of a sudden, I hear from clients coming back to me and they say, oh my gosh, I'm finally leaping. I'm finally stepping into what I was supposed to do all along. I always had a desire here, but I never thought that I could actually do it. And now I feel like my wings have spread out and I know what I'm going to do. It feels right. And especially, like, sometimes I will have somebody who may be a blue, a blue, a blue woman coming to me, and maybe she has been a mother for so long, doing the kids, and the kids have been growing up and growing up, and all of a sudden the kids are now young people and going off to college. And blues sometimes feel empty, that empty nest where all of a sudden they don't know what to do because they don't have their kids to reflect their job, which is the ultimate mother. Is a blue, she's the nurturer, she's the caregiver, she's the one who holds the family together. And then all of a sudden the kids go off, and that's when a lot of women come to me and go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? Well, one of the things in this indigo age is about stepping into your empowerment. And I will be talking about that in the class, stepping into your empowerment. And one of the things about blues is it's very hard for them sometimes to find their truth with themselves and also their words, stepping in and speaking their truth and standing in their own empowerment. And I help women do this, or I help people do this in all of their life colors. So if somebody just has a blue alone, like my mother, and she, one of the things about blues is they're natural healers. That is a gift, but they also love to be around kids. And that's something that they probably could continue. But if they only have a one color, I always love to bring in something that may help them stand in that empowerment or help them with confidence. So I will look at everybody is different. Everybody is different. You can't just say this or that. But many times with blues, I say, my goodness, there's not a lot of courage or confidence here to step out. And that is part of blues lessons, is to really step into their own empowerment and their own truth. But then I'll look at them and say, you know what? You need a little bit more orange in your lifetime, in your colors. So start wearing orange in your clothing, put orange on the walls, and that reflection of the orange, that vibration coming to them, gives them a little bit more. I have a whole bunch of tools like energy medicine exercises. I'll be bringing that in the class too. But orange is something of the color of courage. In the life colors, it is somewhat of a daredevil, the ones who risk, and they need risk in order to feel like themselves, in order to feel like they're doing something in the world. They need that risk. And you don't see a lot of oranges in the world today. Orange is a color that many times, like my mother said early on in the classes, oranges die young. They usually die of a real adventurous kind of thing that they were doing, cliff climbing or race car driving. Those are the oranges, but they need that. That is their gift, and they need to feel that way. But they usually also die. I had a boyfriend early on, and I didn't know his life colors. That wasn't my work at the time. And then after the class, when my mother was constantly telling people in the class, we used to get these beautiful classes in the beginning with my mother talking about life colors. And she came, and I came up to her at the end of the class. I said, was Gonzalo an orange? He was an orange red, wasn't he? And she said, yes. But I didn't want to tell you, Tanya, because you kind of knew what his energy was. Now, oranges also need to, there is an evolvement with oranges too. They need to look at the caution. They need to slow down. And I'm going off on a tangent about orange now, Dondi, and that's what happens. The life colors speak to me. And so I do want to tell you, in this class, we're going to go into intuition. We're going to go into how you as an individual, how your intuition can open up with seeing, which isn't that great. Everybody wants to see, but there are so many other faculties that are so strong. So we're going to go into seeing, we're going to go into hearing, which is my faculty. We're going to go into tasting, smelling, feeling, and even into the cognition of thinking. And so it's going to be a fantastic full class. And I wish I had a week, because I have so much to tell.
So if you are just now joining us, welcome. We are talking about the life colors with Dondi Dahlin. I'm Dondi Dahlin. She has a class coming up, which we'll give you a few more details about. And we have the link below being posted. So do check out that class. But we're also talking about being validated as a human being. And it's one of the greatest parts of life colors, this system. Tell me in the comments how great it would be if you could be validated in all aspects of your life, not just the good parts, not just, oh, you're such a nice person, oh, you're so beautiful, but even the parts where, wow, you really showed them who you are. Wow, you really stood up for yourself. Hey, you have a voice in work. Wow, you're an incredible human being. To be validated in your work, to be validated in your relationships, to be validated with your spouse, and to not feel in life ever that you need to apologize for who you are, because who you are is valuable. And you're going to learn more about who you are when you find out your life color, but also when you learn the life colors in general. And Tanya will be talking about many life colors in her class, which is coming up on November 14th and 15th next weekend. If you are busy next weekend and you're saying, oh, no, I can't go to it. Well, it's online, first of all. And we'll have recordings for you. We'll have recordings so you can sign up for the class and you can watch it the next day or the next week or the next month or the next year. We hope you watch it soon if you can't make it next weekend. But the point is, if you're busy, you can still sign up and still get this incredible class, which Titania is teaching online for the very first time. So she has this wealth of information and wisdom that was handed down by our mom. She also has expanded it in many ways, and she's been doing readings for over 15 years. Let me just tell Tanya, if it's okay, I'm going to tell them some of the parts of this class which are really exciting because they're getting a bonus. Did you know mom is giving a bonus, Tanya? An amazing bonus for your class. If you sign up, and the link is below if you'd like to sign up for Titania's class, our mom is giving a life color audio recording. Now, this audio recording she made originally as a CD. And when we found out, well, I found out, and Titania she knows now, she didn't know before. When I found out that mom was giving this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing bonus because we've sold this for years and mom is just going to give it to you. If you sign up for Titania's class, mom is going over 12 of the main colors. Titania reminded me that mom talks about these colors in depth for about 20 minutes a piece. So you'll get that recording. You'll also, if you decide, you know what? I loved the class and now I want a reading with Titania. Titania is going to give you $50 off. She'll give you a coupon for a future reading and you'll just have that in your back pocket or on your cork board for a future date. You don't have to use it right away, but you'll also be getting a beautiful handbook. Titania has been working really hard on a handbook for you that you'll be able to have for the rest of your life. You'll get a questionnaire, you'll get a live Q&A with Titania and our mom. And also I want to talk about our mom for just a moment. The life colors is one energy system. And in Eden Method, we talk a lot about different energy systems that all play together. They all dance together and they're under this umbrella of Eden Method. They all cuddle together and they work in your body and your energy. One is the life colors. We have many that we teach in our certification program as well as others. But there are two that, Titania, correct me if I'm wrong, mom is going to talk about in your class, and that is the assemblage point and also how the life color interacts with the chakras. Is that right?
That's so right. These are things that I've wanted to know about because I come up against them all the time in my own readings. And I think for our community and the public, it's going to be very interesting. I love that you mentioned the audio recording because it is like having our mother in your living room. It's like those early classes where she used to talk about the life colors, the 12 major life colors. And all of the teachers, we were all eating it up and writing down what these colors were. And now it's just expanded 15 years later, but that CD is gold. It's gold. It's a wonderful CD.
It is indeed. So this class is November 14th and 15th. And right now it is 50% off. If you go to the link below, 50% off. And you're going to have this, tech is amazing. The technical world is amazing that we can do this online, that Tanya will be bringing us into her home next weekend. We'll all be together. And then you get to keep that recording forevermore to listen to learn from. It's an exceptional time on our earth right now. And we're so happy that we can bring you this class. So again, you'll get the recordings, the questionnaire, the handbook. I'm going down my list right now. 30-day money back guarantee. Let me tell you that because that's important too. If you are thinking, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is for me. I'm interested, but I don't know. No risk. Sign up. Come take the class. If you write us and you say, you know what, it wasn't for me, it just wasn't. Money back. 30 days, no questions asked, money back guarantee. So you can't lose by signing up for the class, but we know you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm so excited about it. Titania, before we say farewell on this beautiful day in Southern California, you have snow, I have clouds, and we all have sunshine. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off for today?
I am just hoping that I just connect with you all here in this class. We're going to have an amazing time. I'm going to give you a lot of information, and this is information that I have researched in my own life, in my own intuition for 15 years. And it is something that so many people have really been curious about, wanting to know how I've opened up in these faculties in order to give readings. And I would love for you to join me and know about yourself and really connect in with who you are and validate, get a validation of who you are and what may be the next steps for you, because I'm going to be going into so much information. You're going to get a lot of insight for your own life, and maybe even a inspiration of possibly wanting to do this and open up these faculties in the future in order to give your own readings someday. It's not a quickie, but it is a spiritual muscle that you need to practice at. But you will be able to start to open up faculties of intuition in this class. I guarantee you.
Yes, and how great that you said it's a spiritual muscle. You do need to practice it. It is a journey. And it just popped into my head when you said that, how great this modality is for practitioners, for natural health care practitioners, to have clients and to be able to know their life colors and how they might respond to a session with you. It helps everyone across the board. We're so excited to see you in class. Come learn from Titania, come get validated, come enjoy next weekend with us and with Mom. And we hope you have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Tanya, thank you so much for being with me today, my big sister. I love you. And everybody out there in Facebook world, thank you for supporting us and our community. We support you, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you, everybody.